everybody. Welcome to FusionShare. My name is Tom Alexander, and today a little bit of a different spin on FusionShare because not only do we have the proprietor, founder of Crazy Uncle Mike's in Boca Raton, but you got to know that this place is like the hippest joint right now in South Florida for all kinds of great music. Crazy Uncle Mike's Brewery Bites and Beats. Yes, they have fusion, but they do all kinds of stuff beyond that. Mike Goodwin is our guest. Mike, welcome.
Thank you. Appreciate you having me on, Tom.
Well, it's great to have you. You know, you and I have been going back and forth, and I know that we've had some scheduling and connectivity issues, but I think we're gonna, get through this one. Crazy Uncle Mike's, you guys are in your seventh. Well, you just finished your seventh year, right?
Correct. Yeah, we're finished our anniversary last weekend, and our eighth year is already lining up. This week's incredible, and our calendar is getting stacked with really great artists.
Well, that is fantastic. Now you guys are open 7 days a week. You've got all kinds of music events going on stage. Now you and I talked beforehand, and you mentioned to me that while you're not a musician yourself, not only do you love music, but you build music stages. You really know what it takes to present music. That's pretty cool.
I've had the opportunity over the last 45 years of my life owning and operating venues, as well as working for corporate large entertainment corporations, and had the opportunity to design and build many different venues and work with some really great architects and sound engineers.
And what was the inspiration for Crazy Uncle Mike's? What was the thing that said, you know what, I'm gonna put behind me all the stuff that I did, learn from it a little, but then start my own thing?
Well, over the years, I've owned about 13 different music venues and restaurants and bars. And when I got to Florida, I had finished up a stint with, I had done Hard Rock in Vegas, Palms in Vegas, and then Hard Rock in Punta Cana, and I did a little thing in the Nassau. But the thing that I learned at the Hard Rock was, what Peter Morton had originally designed the Hard Rock Cafe to be and what it became were two different things. And I thought what his original thought was really quality food, a quality entertainment experience, and something extraordinary, right? And he did that when he did his London location, and then when they expanded into the casino business, they continued with that kind of concept. But their cafes across the country and across the world really became a t-shirt shop.
Yeah.
But I thought what I created was what the Hard Rock cafes should have been, which is really a great quality food, a killer vibe and environment, and regional and national acts coming through on the stage on a weekly basis. So we kind of took and then taking the level of, hey, my stage was designed for players, and it's stage, it's built on rubber, it doesn't touch the floor, it doesn't touch a wall, the back walls are soundproofed with poured concrete, duct board, air gap, 2x4 wall floor to ceiling, it's insulated and double drywalled. It was designed with some of the tricks that I had learned from some of these sound engineers that I was fortunate enough to work with in the past, and it really made Crazy Uncle Mike's really truly a brewery, a live music venue, and a great restaurant. Because you can't forget it, we have an incredible chef.
Yeah, that's really, really cool. Speaking with Mike Goodwin, he is the founder of Crazy Uncle Mike's. They're in Boca Raton, 6450 North Federal Highway in Boca. And I say our audience is national and even global. We go all over the world with our pod. But one good thing about this, Mike, is that the Boca Raton area, South Florida in general, is a destination. It's a place where people, particularly in the winter, love to go and warm up a little bit, get that winter warm up. And man, if you're looking for something to do and you love great music, be it fusion, blues, funk, world music, rock, you name it, there you go. In fact,
I have almost all of those this week.
Tell us a little bit about who we got coming up.
All right, so just over the next couple of weeks, here's what I got. I got Thursday night, I have Enough's Enough enough's enough of, 80s, 90s rock band. They just got inducted into the Illinois Musical Hall of Fame
Yeah.
music thing. So they're very, very fun band, still rocking it out, still wearing the crazy wigs. And then Roosevelt Collier,
Yeah.
uh, who is the music director for Jelly Roll, as well as the guitar player for Jelly Roll. He's going to be doing uh, a jam band named Tand. They've been playing around the area for a long time. In fact, the guy that was the founder of the band is retiring after this show, so this is kind of like a big show for them. Tand, and then Jesse Rica, he has a thing called the Rica Project, and they're doing like it's like I don't know if you've ever seen when they do a fusion, like they big band style but hip hop music, and
Right.
so.
Yeah, no,
Uh,
we know Jesse. We've had the chance to play a little bit with Jesse. He's a great guitar player.
Next week, I've got Dave Matthews tribute band on the Thursday 16th, and Greatest Decades of Rock on Friday night the 6th, Completely Unchained, which is a Van Halen tribute on Saturday night the 18th. And I don't know if you know Gene, but Gene's a 64-year-old guy that just had hip surgery, but he still can jump and do flips and do all the stuff that better than David Lee Roth did in his 20s. It's incredible.
Wow. All
You
right.
know, the Bobby Nathan band, and then Guavachon at the end of the month, and then some of the things I got coming up that go into the fusion. Got some big blues with Mr. Sip and Gary Howie or Gary Hoey. He's doing his Christmas show here, and then Gerald Veasley, Gerald.
Absolutely. Philadelphia bass player. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, he's coming in with Carol Riddick, and they're doing a double show on a Sunday night, November 30th. So they got a
Great.
5:30 show and then an 8:30 show. A big Grateful Dead, all female Grateful Dead band. It goes on and on and on all the way through the new year and into next year. And I've got we got Eric Gales coming in, Albert Castillo next year. Here come the Mummies. So the calendar's stacking.
Do you do the booking yourself, or do you have somebody, or are you in conjunction with somebody, or do you do it alone, or how does that work?
Beth Rudolph, who has been with me for a couple of years now, has really stepped up in that role. I used to do it all by myself, and then I
Yeah,
brought her in to kind of just help me with the calendar. And then now she's helping me book the bands and the calendar and
very
deal with
cool.
the bands and
Wow,
stuff.
that's very cool. So tell us a little bit about the food. I know because and also the brews and the you got all kinds of stuff there. So it's not just music. If people can go there and really enjoy a really great meal
Oh, for
and
sure.
some
And
great beers and stuff.
the name Crazy Uncle Mike's doesn't scream culinary delight, but the reality is we've since day one, it was very important to my business partners that we had an incredible chef, and she was like actually the first person we hired, and her name's Tara Abrams. Really, really, really outstanding. Except for like we have 5 or 6 core items that we keep, but she changes the menu every 6 months.
Well, that's cool. And of course some beers, craft brews, and bourbons too, right?
Sure, yeah. So we have a brewer named Eric Lewis. Eric is came down from Northeast. He used to run much larger brewery, and he didn't get to create his own crafted beers. And here he gets to make his own beers. So
Yeah.
he makes really, really spectacular beer. He's been with us for about 4 years now. And then our bourbon selection was procured by a guy named Eric Haas. Eric Haas is our general manager and partner, and he's been just incredible being able to figure out how to buy everything around it. So we got all the allocated products. And
Yeah.
so we have probably the highest allocated bourbon selection in the state from one side, because there's a couple different houses. There's Sazerac
Yeah.
or Jim Beam, but the Sazerac house we're number one.
Crazy Uncle Mike's is at 6450 North Federal Highway in Boca Raton, and you can. It's a real destination in a destination location in the world, South Florida. It's a destination within a destination. Great music, great brews, great food, great atmosphere, friendly staff, folks that are going to take good care of you. It's a night out, folks. It's a complete night out. You don't have to worry about going in more than one place.
One thing we forgot to mention was the customers. The customers are incredible. Our neighbors and the people that have supported this, and it's incredible, incredible community between not only the food community, but the philanthropic community. So it's kind of a cool neighborhood.
Yeah, that is good to know. It's, they used to say cheers or everybody knows your name. It's kind of a vibe that's probably not too unlike that. You go in and you have your regulars, but everybody is welcome, and the customers have helped build what Crazy Uncle Mike's has become these last 7 years. They're in their 8th year now, and doing it right. That you guys got through COVID, you powered through that period, and no easy feat, and you did it. So that's pretty darn cool. And going stronger than ever. Great music. You heard some of the names that Mike mentioned, and there's more after that. Trust me. 2026 is going to be as great as ever. Mike, what's next for you? I mean, is it? Do you think that maybe a second location, or are you just happy with keeping everything in sight for you, just at this location of Crazy Uncle Mike's?
I've always got an open eye, but I'm not really looking to do, something else right now. I'm enjoying this. I want to make this great. I want to continue to keep it something that, is fresh and new and really a great experience for the guests when they get here. And so for me, my focus is here now. It also gives me it gives me an opportunity when I'm not trying to do too many other things, where I can spend a little bit more time, focused on the details here and having some personal time with my family.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That sounds like a recipe for success. And what's interesting is that all the places that I can say have been successful, the owner's always there. They're there. They're involved on a day-to-day basis. They don't just walk away from it and say it'll be on autopilot. So many places that are successful are because the owner cares, the owner's there, overseeing everything, giving it that extra TLC, and obviously that's obviously what you do at Crazy Uncle Mike's. You're instantly recognizable. With your logo and
if I shave,
don't shave, right?
if I shave, nobody knows me.
Nobody will know you.
Yeah.
Well, Mike, we really appreciate your time. Thanks for coming to join us on FusionShare. We'd love to have you back and talk about future shows. And again, folks, it is at 6450 North Federal Highway, Boca Raton. If you're in South Florida for a winter warm-up or whenever, make plans to go hear some great music, enjoy some great food and beverages, and say hi to Mike, too, while you're there. Crazy Uncle Mike's Brewery, Bites and Beats in Boca Raton. Mike Goodwin, thanks so much.
Thank you, Tom. I really appreciate it. Good talking to you.
All right, this is FusionShare. We'll see you again next time. So long, everybody.